This is my Garmin Edge 25 GPS head unit. It's Garmin's entry-level model. It came in at about £125, including the heart rate monitor, and it's got Bluetooth and ANT Plus, and I think it's just fantastic as an entry-level model for getting into, getting further, getting faster, just general use out and about. So without further ado, let's open it up. So what you'll get inside the box is a heart rate monitor, and that'll have the battery included in it, a little instruction manual, these bands which you can use to tie down your mount. I've got mine on my bike at the moment, but this is what they look like. That's a spare one I've got for mounting on another bike or on a friend's as a spare. And this is the actual head unit. Oh, as I was saying, this is the actual head unit. It's really, really small. In fact, that's how big it is. Just under 2 inches, about 4 centimeters high. So it's not big at all, but it's fine to read. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Turn on button is this one. So it comes up with a little Garmin logo, and it should load up. Yeah, so just connected up to the heart rate monitor because they're Bluetooth connected. No, they're not. ANT Plus connected. You've got, in the menu, you've got ride, history, you've got courses, which is the navigation, and then you've got the settings, so you can navigate through the menus and change your settings while you're out and about. Once you're in the ride mode though, that's sort of locked out. Within the ride mode, it sort of waits for the GPS, and you've got different ride modes. So you've got basic, follow course, time, distance. Press the right button, time, distance, calories. And then you've got the option to have heart rate alerts. So if you're doing a training session in zone 4 or zone 5, if you drop below the heart rate that you're trying to aim for, it'll go beep, 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 and it'll let you know to pick up the pace a bit and put down a bit more power. And then it's got use indoors things. Now I don't have a turbo trainer, so I haven't been able to use this one out, but I've been able to use the heart rate alert and the other features as well. Now this is a great little unit. You've also got the option if you're riding at night, so it's got a backlight, which you can see is on now if I press this button. So that lights it up so you can see in the dark. If it's completely dark, you won't be able to see it, but the backlight comes on and you can see your speed, your cadence, whatever you've got connected, and you can also see a course. You've also got the option, if you're riding in night totally, to have the backlight on permanently and just switch it on and off as when you need it. Otherwise it will just automatically click off after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds or thereabouts. Now I can't actually get a GPS signal in here, but once you've got a GPS signal, you can display 3 different things on your front 2 menus. So you can put, for example, speed, distance, time, or speed, cadence, time, and then heart rate will be on a separate menu, and it'll also say your zone in the same menu as your heart rate, and you can select it so that it cycles through. So for example, earlier today I was down at Preston Park Velodrome doing some not too difficult work. Had it cycling through, and I could see my heart rate and my speed and sort of how the two correlated with one another and what sort of power I needed to put out. keep my heart rate up, to keep my speed up, and that really helped. You know, just looking down at the numbers from time to time, it really does help. And since getting a GPS, I've found that my cycling has improved phenomenally. I've gotten faster, I've gotten fitter, I've been able to go further. And on the subject of going further, you can design courses. So these courses, you go into Garmin's website. So Garmin has their own specific website, kind of like Strava, but a bit different. And you go in and you've got a map, and you can click starting point, and then you make your route, where you want to go, and it'll even say if you're on roads, you can change it so you're going off-road for some parts. You can zoom in so you're on circle paths. It's really, really useful. I do volunteering at the Bluebell Railway, and I used it the other day because I hadn't been there before. So, you know, I programmed in this route. Oh, it's found a GPS signal. I programmed in the route, and I was able to get there really easily. So it's got auto pause on it at the moment because I've got auto pause and auto resume on it, but you can cycle through the menus. That would be the heart rate one. So it's not actually round my chest at the moment, so it's not picking anything up. And it's got the time as well. So it uses GPS, and you've also got the option to use a Russian satellite system for a bit more accuracy in where you're going, and it will tell you elevation, tracking you along roads and things, which is really quite handy because as a society, the University of Sussex Cycling Society, where I participate, we're thinking about doing an Everest challenge, so elevation is fantastic to know. For a baseline model, this is great. What's going on there? Unfortunately, messaging has stopped. Sorry about that. Stupid phone. Stupid phone. As a baseline model, this is great. You can pick one up for about £125 in the sale. They're probably a bit less. It's worth getting it with a heart rate monitor because that means you can train to zones. It's not as effective as training to power, and you know there's probably a bit of lag. So if I go hard around one corner in a velodrome, for example, if I'm going hard in one section, it won't pick that up for a while. So if it mounts about there, and you've got clips. So it just goes around like that. Like this. So it's fairly snugly on your chest. And it should pick up through an electrical connection through your skin. It'll pick up your heart rate. See if it's actually picking up through my t-shirt. Oh, it is. You can see my heart rate. 76 beats per minute. That's dropped off again. Anyway, the heart rate monitor is incredibly useful, and it's pretty effective in the training that I've done. I've been able to keep in like zone 5, so going out the other day I was able to go around the velodrome continually in like zone 4. It lasted a few minutes because it was snowing, but I was able to do it. In terms of mounting, bring over my lovely assistant. The bike's got a mount here, which is this one. You can mount it on the handlebars here, or you can mount it on your stem. You can mount it anywhere really. But on the bottom, it sort of clips in, goes in sideways, and just twists around and locks in. Now I like having it on my stem because it means I've got plenty of room on the handlebars, and I've got room for my light as well, which will be coming up in another video. But the buttons are big enough to use even when you've got gloves on. The screen's big enough to see everything. I mean, nothing's too small to see. So if you were like, oh, I can't see my speed, that's not going to be an issue. That is not going to be an issue. If you look on the back of the box, you can sort of see the size of everything on the different screens. So this one has got the navigation system I was talking to you about. So the navigation system, when you program it in, it's got this breadcrumb system, and like a normal like sat nav or a TomTom or something, it's got turn by turn directions. So when you're coming up to a turning, it'll give you a warning. Now I've had a couple of hairy instances with this where I've been like 20 meters out at a junction to like a busy road, and it's sort of been still not there, but it will tell you before you turn. You've just got to trust it. And being new to this, it was quite difficult to trust it, but eventually I'm getting used to it. Yeah, there are other models. So for the baseline, you've got the H20, which is a bit cheaper. It doesn't come with a heart rate monitor, and I don't think it's AMP Plus connected, so you couldn't connect a power meter to it. But that's also good for entry level. So this is just a quick add-in. There was something I forgot to mention during recording the initial video, and that's this. This is the charger cable for the Edge 25. It's USB. You can plug it into your computer. You can plug it into a wall-connected USB slot. It just clips in like that, and it will charge it up, and it also allows you to sync your rides with your computer. Although via Bluetooth, it will do it with your phone. This can be a bit of a faff to carry around, but if I'm going on I'm commuting back from uni, or I'm going to the Bluebell to do some volunteering, I'll just sling this in my bag, and I've got phone chargers as well, because the phone battery's crap. You heard me, Sony, your phone batteries are crap. But yeah, I sling a charger in my bag, and it doesn't take that long to charge up. I've got USB chargers anyway, because I've got lights as well. Anyway, back to the main video. So while I'm not able to show you Garmin Connect on my phone, because I'm using my phone to record this is what it looks like on a laptop. You've got your recent activities, you've got segments for Strava, you've got your total distance. You've got your total distance over here, and there's a calendar as well. So if you want to schedule workouts for rides, that's fine as well. You can schedule like, oh, I want to do this intensity for this long on Wednesday, and then this intensity for this long on Thursday, and then Saturday I just want to ride to, I don't know, Stan's Bike Shack for a cup of coffee. That is a really good bike cafe, actually. That Stan's Bike Shack. Check them out if you're riding. Go find them. But if you're in Sussex or live in Brighton, they're not that far away. Just go check them out. They're great coffee, and in the summer there's a great vibe. Yeah, it sort of shows you your bikes, workouts and things, and you can add groups as well. So it's very much like Strava. You've probably got a bit more refined data though. So, in conclusion, if you're new to cycling and you want an entry-level GPS, should you get the 20 or the 25? Well, if you're looking to go further afield, I'd say just get the 20. But if you're looking to train, if you're looking to race, if you're looking to get faster, fitter, and you know, this can be quite uncomfortable, but it's really bloody helpful. I probably haven't got it set up right, but it's a fantastic little head unit, and I've become so much more confident in my cycling because of it. I left it on my bike because my phone kept fucking up, but pardon my French. Yeah, I'd get one. I have got one, but if I were to do it again, I would. It was a worthwhile investment. Admittedly, it was an early Christmas present, so I had a bit of help getting one. They're a bit of a steep dive into your pockets, but they're definitely worth it. And they're pretty minimalist as well. So if you don't want to look at the data all the time, you don't have to. If you don't want to look at the speed all the time, you don't have to. But for when you're training, for when you're going to new places, it's really, really good. It is. I can't fault it for much. One thing I would say is that when you're out riding, you can't change the settings. So if I'd already set the backlight to automatically go off, I couldn't reset that to not do that. So if I was following a route and it got dark, I'd keep having to press the backlight button to see where I was going. Now, it'd probably give you turn by turn sort of warnings. Just be like, oh, there's a turning coming up here. Oh, thanks. But yeah, a really good head unit. It's completely minimalist. It doesn't take up a lot of room in your bike. You can mount it on your stand, you can mount it on your handlebars. It's the standard Garmin mount, so you can have it out front as well. It comes with two different mounting blocks, so you can mount it on your road bike, you can mount it on your mountain bike, you can mount it on your cross bike, you can even mount it on your commuting bike or your kid's bike. Your kid might want to go further afield. It's a great buy. I would thoroughly recommend getting one at an entry level range. They do other models. Like I said, there's the 20, but then you can move up. So there's 520, 820, the Edge 2000, 1000, not 2000, which has more accurate mapping on it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative and helpful. I've probably got some other videos up here about bike stuff, and then I'm probably going to put the subscribe button just around here. So subscribe for more content like this. Have an awesome day.